Yo everybody, what is going on? Supr Gaming here, and today on the channel for Marvel Contest of Champions, I am testing out Dr. Doom. Now, Dr. Doom was granted to me for a very short period of time through the content creator program. So yeah, I'm here to test him out. Actually, I did test him out earlier today, so I got a bunch of gameplay. So real quick, we're gonna go over synergies, just go over his stats, his abilities, and everything like that. Then we'll be jumping into the gameplay. I don't have any Realm of Legends gameplay. I was doing some Act 6. I was doing some other stuff, some Act 5. Yeah, first impression, he is a lot of fun to play with. I'm a big fan of Dr. Doom. There's a couple things I wish they would have did with them, but yeah, as of right now, I am a big fan of Dr. Doom. Is he my favorite mystic? That's still questionable because yeah, there's a couple mystics that I do like, but he is a lot of fun. So you know what, guys, let's quit talking, let's jump in and let's go over his synergies and abilities and stuff. Alright guys, so he is a rank 3 Sig 200. His Sig ability, which I don't think he, from the way that it's reading everything, I don't think he needs to be awakened. But whenever Doom nullifies a power gain buff, he receives one for himself, granting 20% of his max power over 3 seconds. That's kind of cool. I do like that. If the opponent isn't already shocked whenever Doom nullifies any buff, they have a 100% chance to be inflicted with a shock debuff, dealing 491.1 direct energy damage over 6 seconds. So that does help out with some of the abilities that he has. So yeah, I guess if you're going to use him a certain way, I guess he does need to be awakened. Now, he's not really immune to like bleed or anything. He's only immune to armor break, armor shatter, and shock effects. This is where he starts. Actually, this is like where, like, there's a couple ways that you could play him and everything, but real quick, let's go over his basic attacks. If the opponent isn't already shocked, medium attacks inflict a shock debuff, dealing 163.7 direct energy damage over 2 seconds. Now, this is the fun style playing with him. Now, while charging a heavy attack, if the opponent is within striking distance and suffering from shock, their shock effects are removed and replaced with a passive stun for 0.60 seconds. This can't be triggered during the opponent's special attacks, obviously. But yeah, this ability right here is a lot of fun. You're gonna have a lot of fun with it, especially if you're using Doom and like the way that his abilities are and everything. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And landing a heavy attack has a 100% chance to stagger the opponent for 10 seconds, and then obviously the staggered enemy has their next buff nullified. So obviously, you know, the mystics, they get rid of the buffs. You know, that's the one thing mystics do, they get rid of the buffs. Alright, so the main thing about Dr. Doom and like what kind of makes him good and everything is this Aura of Azarath. Now, the Aura of Azarath, it can't be triggered while Doom is suffering from a slower petrified debuff and is paused during a special attack. While active, special 1 and 2 are unblockable and they grant no power. Light attacks grant no power and steal 3% of the opponent's current power, granting 200% of their power stolen. Now, basically, like, Dr. Doom just constantly is always having power. Like, it's so crazy the amount of power he actually gains. Now, contact with the opponent has a 30% chance to nullify up to 1 buff. Doom becomes unstoppable and stun immune against the last hit of incoming special 1, special 2, and heavy attacks. Additionally, damage received from this hit can't exceed 5% of the opponent's attack. Now, I think one of the fights that I have, I think it showed that this actually saved me. Now, some of the stuff that's like worded, it's kind of weird, but now it's special 1. This is alright. It's kind of weird going over him like and not showing the gameplay, so I'm gonna hurry up and kind of read through them and then show the gameplay. So special 1 is the Aura of Azarath is activated for 6 seconds and will not trigger if the aura was already activated. The first hit of the attack steals 10% of each power bar the opponent has, and Doom gains 200% of the power stolen, capped at a maximum of 2 bars. So if he's obviously at like 2 bars, boom, you hit that SB1, you basically get those 2 bars. It's definitely a lot of fun. The amount of power stolen is increased by a flat 10% for each full power bar at the opponent has. I don't know if it's a full 2 bars from what I remember in the gameplay, but it's if he has 2 bars and you shoot the SB1, you're very close to getting to that SB2. Alright, each beam hit has a 100% chance to nullify up to 1 buff. Does it say how many beams it is? Oh, we'll have to actually see. So SB2, each beam hit has a 100% chance to inflict an incinerate debuff, dealing 2,291.8 direct damage over 5 seconds. Now the special 2 is like a 3-hit debuff, so it's not like 1 flat out direct damage, it's 3 incinerate debuffs. That's kind of weird. Special 3, 100% chance to inflict a passive stun for 2 seconds. The Aura of Azarath is activated for 12 seconds, and Doom gains a Fury buff, granting 2,128 0.1 attack rating for the duration of the aura. Max stacks 2. This always refreshes at the maximum duration whenever or not the aura was already activated. So obviously you can only get 2 Furies at a time. Like there's been fights where I've been able to get like 3 SP3s off, but obviously it's only going to stack to 2 Furies. So that's when the damage starts actually doing like really good. And like the way that he is, like you could do that SP3, you have the 2 Furies, it's very easy for you to get to like an SP2 or like be by an SP1 and just constantly just keep on spamming SP1 or get to that SP2. It's just the way that he is absolutely crazy. Now his synergies, I like the one with the I answer to no one. That's cool. Now attack rating is increased by 10% for each knocked out team member. So I did that. It's, you know, it goes up. Obviously, if you got 4 members knocked out, that's 40%. So it's something, you know what I mean? Heavy attacks are guaranteed with critical hits while the opponent is suffering from a stagger effect. So yeah, Annihilus and Diablo. It's kind of funny because nobody really plays with Annihilus or Diablo. This enhanced force field, not a big deal. Genius Ingenuity, Shotgun and Incinerate debuffs have a 20% increased potency. So that one I feel like you do want. This is one of the synergies that you do want. Sorcery Reversal, activating the Aura of Azarath has a 50% chance to petrify all degeneration, which I don't think any other champion can petrify degeneration. So that's actually kind of cool. Poison, Incinerate, Bleed, and Cold Snap debuffs. So that's actually kind of cool. Actually, I don't think I've actually tested that. That'd be actually something I could try to hurry up and do. Cosmic Overload, obviously this is with Silver Surfer. Now if you look at this, Fury, increased attack rating by 50%. Power rate, increased power rate by 15%. At this point, with that right there, increase the power rate by 15%. Dude, he's just going to be, the way that he's going to gain power is just going to be at an amazing level. It's going to be absolutely nuts. Mystic Tyrants, successful nullify deals a burst of energy damage equal to 20% of Doom's attack. And then Nemesis, obviously, Fantastic Four give a 6% attack rating. Alright, so those are the synergies. We covered that. Now let's do some gameplay, man, because I'm kind of talking about it. Let's show some gameplay, because against Hyperion and stuff, he absolutely wrecks Hyperion. Let's go show this. Alright guys, what is going on? This is the 5.3.2 Act 5.3.2 Hyperion. I don't think there's any crazy nodes on this. I think this is kind of like a straight up fight. But this one is, you're gonna watch, you know, Hype, he gains crazy amount of power right off the bat. Did a heavy. Now you're gonna do like a medium, light, and then you do a heavy, and that brings the passive stun. But you want to make sure that shock is on, so you get that passive stun. If that shock isn't on him, then you're not going to get that passive stun. But yeah, as you're watching, you get to your SP3 pretty quick. Now there's another way that you could do this. You could do your SP1. Now a lot of these fights, you know, I was still learning how to use Dr. Doom, so, you know, I'm not like an expert at it. Like, obviously, we'll talk more about it. But as you see right there, he had 3 bars of power. Now, after you use your SP3, they get stunned for like 2 seconds. Now, your basic, your light attacks will drain, I think it's like 10%, and then you get power. So that is awesome. And then you get up to your you can get up to your SP3 like really quick. I think also, like, if you have an SB1 and they still have like the 2 bars of power, you definitely want to use that SB1, you know. So basically at this point, once you fire off that SB3, they're basically never going to get off, you know, an SB3 themselves, you know, or like even probably an SB2, unless they kind of throw it like right off the bat. But as you're watching, like, look how much power Dr. Doom, did I call him Dr. Octopus? Dr. Doom is getting. It's just absolutely insane. Now, obviously, like I said, his damage is not that crazy. This is a rank 3, but when you do the SB3s, you want to get the Furies. You definitely want those Furies. And you can only stack 2 Furies. I think there was a time I did do, I was able to get 3 SB3s during the auras. But you can only stack 2. Now the auras for the SP3 they will refresh, so you have to play kind of aggressive. Now this is the Act 4 Venom. He's got a bunch of buffs, so you know you're trying to do it in the heavies, getting the staggers. Now the staggers, You definitely also you definitely want to put the staggers on. You know, that definitely does help. Trying to think what else. It's crazy. Like the way that I was using him was basically, you know, like right off the bat, you know, you could parry him, or you could do the medium, put the shock on him, then do light, and then do the heavy to get the passive stun. And then at that point, it's like, I don't know, and like you're getting to your SP3 so quick. But if you're not even close to your SP3, you still got your SP1. And then if they're even at like close, if they're at 2 bars of powers, you could use your SP1. I've done it in a match, so I think the match is going to be coming up soon. But yeah, guys, I'm just trying to show you like a lot of hype fights, a lot of venom fights, champs that got buffs. I mean, I've done some duels. But yeah, as I was saying before, he's like the best mystic? I don't know. He's a good mystic. He's really awesome. But I don't know, like, besides if a champ doesn't have buffs and stuff, he's not the best damage dealer, and kind of doing like the whole SP3 thing if they don't have buffs. Yeah, it's I don't know, I can't really see that being that really great. So, but his SP2 does, that incinerate does some okay damage. All right, so boom, you see it right there. I got Venom down like so quick. Also, he's not really suicide friendly, so I think though you can do something with Nick Fury. So I guess that kind of helps, but yeah, he's not really that suicide friendly. So yeah, with this fight in the Act 6 Hyperion, now something's wrong with this node. Like, when I did an SP3, he wasn't stunned for 2 seconds. So I don't know what's going on with this node. A couple people told me something's up with it. Yeah, I don't know, but we still did this fight, and I did kill off, my team. So we got that plus 40% attack rating. And his damage is, it's still, it's up there, but it's not like a huge difference, but it's still something. But I don't know, in like an X6, I don't know if you want to kill off like most of your members. So that's that synergy, you use it sometimes, probably near the, like when you're at a boss or something. So yeah, I got 3 points of Mystic Dispersion, and that's absolutely great for Dr. Doom. But sometimes it did screw me up when I was doing the SB1 trick, because like as soon as I would keep on spamming SB1, I would get to my SB2 because I was gaining so much power. So sometimes the Mystic Dispersion might screw you up, but you'll be fine because you get to the SB2 or the SB3, and yeah, you'll be back at the SB1 no problem. So I hope you guys are kind of getting an idea of how to use Dr. Doom. He is, like I said, he's a lot of fun to use. You're basically constantly gaining, like you're just gonna have power through the whole entire match, and they're never gonna be able to get off an SB3 unless you kind of screw up. Alright, so like after this fight, I try to show you like certain stuff that I was doing in other matches. But I kind of wanted to show you like these 3 fights, kind of like majority of the whole entire fight. The one fight, something happened where somebody called, so my mistake on that one. And then you'll see something at the end of this one. I was doing perfect against him. I was at 100%. Right now we got the 2 Furies, and obviously this is when I first started playing Dr. Doom. I was kind of like getting the idea of him down. I didn't realize like how to do like the whole SB1 trick and everything. So I was just kind of focusing more on the whole SB3 thing and just keeping the shocks on him, or keeping the shock on him, and then doing the passive stun. Yeah, and just like trying not to screw up. But I know with Act 6, it's always like something happens, and like I was saying like before, like when you do your SB3, you should 100% get the stun, but something goes up with this one, and like as you see right there, he's got the SB3, you going for the basic attacks, he's obviously losing power. But I don't know, I backed off, something happened, I started freaking out, and yeah, that happened. But you know what? We ended the fight. That's all that matters. We ended the fight. We got him down. But like I said, I was just practicing. I didn't know how to really use him at this point. But I love that his specials are unblockable. That is really cool. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to focus on certain stuff. Alright, now in this fight, this is obviously the Act 4 Venom. Now watch, I think at this point I'm learning how to do the whole SB1 thing. Right there, I shoot off the SB1. He doesn't have 2 bars yet, but bam, I'm like already back up to another SB1, almost at 2 bars. And you can kind of keep on doing that over and over, and you're also nullifying buffs at the same time. It's not a whole bunch of damage, but you know, I guess it's, you know, it's like some form of power control, but if I really wanted to, I could have easily gotten to my SP2 and then possibly to my SP3. But you could see how that trick could work, you know, where you do your whole SP. Now, I think I gotta show it to where, let me see if I could find it real quick. Alright, this will kind of show you a little bit better. Now I did this on live stream. Now when I'm at the SB1, you know, he's got 2 bars. Boom! I shoot my SB1. Bam! I'm up to 2 bars. He's still at 2 bars, but since I have the aura, I can do my light attacks, and he's not gaining any power. He's actually losing power. But at that point, bam! I'm up to my SB3. And like this is where, you know, you get the Fury, and I think I'm able to do it. What did I do after this? So I got the Fury. Obviously he's losing power because I'm hitting with light attack. I think I see, like right here I should do an SB1. See right there, I messed up. I should have just did an SB1, and I would have been back up to 2 bars. But I didn't. But maybe I felt like no matter what I can get to my SB3. But yeah, at that point, I should have did my SB1. I'd have been up to 2 bars, you know, but I was fine there. But still, I could see where you could use that in certain situations. But yeah, like, obviously, if you're not fighting champs with buffs and stuff, I don't know, like, his damage is not that bad, you know, I don't know, his damage is not the greatest, you know, I don't know, I could show fights without, you know, buffs and stuff, but I kind of want to just show the good things about Dr. Doom, you know. I don't know, like the whole like Realm of Legends and stuff like that fights. You know, I could do those fights, but I really don't want to. So yeah, that's this fight with the hype. I hope that kind of like shows the kind of like what he's capable of doing about gaining power, you know, about basically kind of locking down. I guess it's not locking down like a power lock, but you're gaining so much power, and you're getting off those auras so much that, you know, they should not ever get off an SP3. As long as you can evade their attacks, you know, you should be fine. And obviously right here was just a random fight against Dragon Faye, the girl from the UMCOC podcast. I wanted to fight her Captain Marvel movie. And yeah, Dr. Doom just kind of went through it. I mean, it's not fair. It's a 5-star. I know duels, I don't know, you don't really get a good fight when you're doing duels. But yeah, I fought the champion that where it wasn't that hard. Fought Medusa, fought Vision Archangel, or Vision Arcus. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't show you, like, if I had a rank 3, it would have been, I don't know, I could have been showing you guys a little bit more, but the 5-star in a duel is just, I don't know, it's not that fair. You don't really get to show that much. So this fight, I was trying to push him to his SB3, and do my SB1 and see what happens. I think I screwed up on the first one, because each beam, you know, you take, yeah, right there. So the first beam really didn't take that much power because he was blocking, but the second beam, and when I hit him with all the beams, you see that he is at his SP3, and then yeah, the SP3 was gone, but I was back up to like 2 power, so that's actually kind of awesome. So this fight right here, I kind of wanted to show without any Furies or anything, I wanted to show what the Incinerate damage is. And yeah, I don't know, it's like I said, it's three separate debuffs. I don't know why it's like that. It's kind of weird. I guess it's because it's the hits. It's 3 beam attacks. But yeah, without the Furies, it's not that much. With the Furies, I think I was at like 400 something per tick, and then I think with 2 Furies I was at like 600 something per tick, maybe closer to 7. But obviously if you have people dead on your team, I think that goes up more. Maybe even one of the fights I might have fired off my SP2 and had a couple Furios up, and I just didn't even pay attention to it. I don't know. I was also kind of like spamming the SB1 on this one, so that's why if like with suicides I may not be taking so much recoil damage. But yeah, you could see as this one I'm just spamming the SB1, and then like kind of when I got to like Assassin's range, I hit the SB2 again. But I wanted to do a fight where I'm not really using any SB3s. It was just strictly SB1 and SB2 type damage. So, you know, I don't know, it wasn't the greatest damage. So I guess for the rest of the video, I'm just gonna kind of like give my opinion on Dr. Doom. Now, Dr. Doom, I wanted him in this game for so long, and like I'm so pumped to play him and everything. Now, you know, he's awesome. I do like playing Dr. Doom. Is he the best Mystic? I don't think he's the best Mystic, but he is really good at what he's doing right here. And I hope you guys get the general idea of what I'm like trying to show you. I don't explain things best, but I hope the gameplay kind of shows you what he could do. And yeah, we have like just a short period of time to test him out, which kind of sucks. But yeah, like, I don't know, like I wanted him to like, dude, like I think they could have did so much more with him, like with the Doom bots and everything. but you know, he's got that high prestige, so I don't know, like I feel like maybe that's why they didn't put much more effort into him. Yeah, and like his SP3, I'm not a big fan of his SP3. I do like his animations. Like, yes, his animation, like the way visually and everything looks on his SP3, that's cool. But I don't know, it's like someone would say, why would he be like basically, you know, teleporting to his castle and like basically blowing up his castle and stuff? So I felt like they could have just did something else. So like now putting him in like a category of like god tier, demigod, whatever all those categories are. Definitely like I would say he's god tier, not like whatever the highest one is. I don't know. I haven't checked seat and stuff on that and everybody else's tier list and stuff, but he's really, really good. Is he the best mystic? No, I still like clairvoyant a little bit more. I feel like clairvoyant's got a little bit more utility and everything, but you know, for what Dr. Doom does, he does awesome. Like, you know, just, you know, stopping the opponent from just doing specials. It's not power locking, but they're basically, he could control their power, and he's gaining so much power. You know, you're firing off special after special after special. You know, he does rely, you know, his synergies. I feel like you are going to have to use some synergies with him, and I do like his synergies. I didn't get to mess around with all the synergies, but I feel like he's going to be one of those champions that you will have to use synergies, especially with Mr. Fantastic and Silver Surfer. I'm sure that's going to make him even more. Like, alone, just him alone, not the best, but you throw those synergies in, and I'm sure he's going to be absolutely amazing. So yeah, I definitely cannot wait to see Mr. Fantastic and Silver Surfer, and then try Dr. Doom. And I'm sure Dr. Doom is going to be absolutely crazy at that point. Then yeah, he might be the best Mystic, but as of right now, just alone, like him alone, not the best, but with the synergies, I'm sure he's going to be the best. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Like 1 out of 10, I'd give him like an 8.5 or something. I don't know how to like really rate somebody like that. But I do like the way that his movements is. Like, he's not clunky or anything. He's I don't know, he moves pretty awesome. I do like him, and I would like to grind him in arena, but with all those bots and stuff, I'm not even gonna touch him. And I'm maybe gonna, there's no way I could put up like 100 mil, because I'm sure that's what he's gonna go for. I really don't know what else to say. You know, I hope, you know, whatever I did in this video, guys, kind of shows you like you know, a little bit of him. We have just a short period of time to test him out, and we can't do everything. But guys, that is it for the video. If you're new to the channel, please drop kick that sub, hip thrust that like button, and donkey kick that bell to be notified when I do go live or upload a video. And also leave in the comments, guys, what do you think of Doom? Are you going to be getting some featured calves? Are you going to be grinding arena? Let me know down in the comments. And you know, I wish I could have, you know, said a little bit more. I was just very tight on this video with time, so I wanted to hurry up and get out something, and I just tried to do as many fights as I could. And yes, the video's a little long, and I wish, you know, I wish I could explain it a little bit more, but sometimes it's hard for me. It's just better to show in the video. But with that, guys, I will see you on the next video and or live stream. See you guys later. Peace. Big deal. Genius Genius ingenuity, shock incinerated debuffs.